So welcome back everybody into another backtesting session. If you remember, we left on the 4th of April. That was a very huge day. We saw that the news at 4 p.m. caused a huge spike in gold and a huge devaluation in the dollar. As you can see, the New York session started around 1982-ish and finished at 2022, which means 400 pips, I would say. Not quite common, even though gold might move a lot during the day. This was quite uncommon, and that's because this huge spike led to huge investors sell-off of stocks and devaluating the dollar. So we're going to start with today with the 5th of April to continue our backtesting session of 2023's New York sessions. So let's get into it. We will probably have, I remember that this week was full of events. So I'm going to be sort of mindful of what it was. So we can see that we had ADP, later on some PMIs. So let's get into it. At 2:15 we have ADP, which is usually before that my usual start, because usually I start at 2:20, which is 8:20 a.m. Eastern. So we're going to wait what is the actual news, what is the data, and what is the actual and result, how it is impacting gold from the beginning. So far we are in New York, we are seeing this area of rejection, we're seeing this last high. Of course, these highs do not hold any relevance so far because they are very, they are before a very huge volatile event which can break any PSA. So this is just about looking at the market structure so far. So let's see now what happens. So we can see that we have already ADP pushing bullish, and we're going to have a check, and we check that the ADP was very, very bad, which could lead to a spike up in gold due to the weakness of dollar. Why is that? Is that because a weak job market, labor market means that the Fed might need to readjust its interest rate decisions because maybe it's affecting too much the economy. It's leading to a recession too fast, too hard than they want. So of course now I will be on a bullish bias, and I will probably want to see this retest, this breakout, this PSA's price action. So let's see what the market is actually offering us. So far is offering a new higher high, not strongest volume. We might still wait for some clear price action, because we can see that there is not strong volume as I expected. This was only this candle really going bullish strong, but apart from that there wasn't really much. So I will wait for some clear direction, and so far there isn't. As you can see, there isn't any. So I will want a clear accumulation of orders, and we might possibly want to take this possible buy. After price made a new higher high, we might take this one and see if it goes now bullish, because yes, price is making higher highs and higher lows slowly, but let's see how far it goes. So far it's like 20 pips, and then we face this rejection, and we're now back to break-even level. So let's see if it will bounce back down, if it bounce back up, manage to break above, or otherwise it will break down. We are now at 30 pips, and we're seeing multiple failures to break above. Because if I was in my plan that was to manage trades, then of course I would manage my trade at this failure to break above again. But since I don't want, because to me it's worse to see now price going down and then pushing back to my TP, it's worse than seeing now going to my stop loss. And yeah, so far the trade idea is still valid, so there is no reason why I shouldn't wait for the price to go to 45, which is around there. As you can see, multiple failures to break. That's really, really sketchy. Markets are also waiting for the PMIs that happen in around 40 minutes. So we might see anything happen. and that's not, if that was live trade, that will not be the best situation to be on in the trade, especially when you are that close to your PSA. But anyway, while we wait for this trade to play out, I will also want to highlight that, of course, now that we have created this structure, if we see clear candles breaking below, then I would probably, especially with some good PMI, unexpected good PMI, that's something that I will take into consideration. Otherwise, I would gladly take my TP or even further trades above this level. So those are my main trade ideas so far, just by looking at the chart and what I might expect from the data. So let's see how it continues. So far we are back to the entry. Most likely this will be a break-even trade because there is no real reason in a live trade to stay like this. Of course, also this level is still relevant for sales, don't forget about it. Okay, so far this one would be a loss, and we can say that it was a loss or break even, because I will 100% say that it went to at least 30 pips. 25, yes, it went to 30 pips. So that's a minus 15 or break even. And now we want, as you can see, we also had this break and retest on the downside. We might think, I mean, that was my trade idea. We might say that this was my trade idea, and I might take it if I want to just, yeah, that was my trade idea. That's it. And yeah, high risk, high reward entry, that would be a profit win. Let's see if we have the safest sales below over there, especially with the New York Stock Exchange opening. We have another possible retest of the area and then continuation down. As you can see, same trade idea. If you don't want to give me the first one, that's the second one. I mean, I will take one of those. I really don't care. I will be looking for these sales below there and mainly below these previous lows. Remember that this is a strong PSA, is a PSA, but it's not that strong, because it was pre-New York. Now we're talking about a different volume, different volatility, and different order flow. So these sales below over there might really break down like it was a knife in butter. So really just be more cautious about the price action. Another top of this area, again, strong bearish momentum we're coming into after the New York Stock Exchange. Let's see what the data is. Very bad. As you can see, all the data are coming out bad, and we're waiting for the ISM services and PMI at 4. I mean, we know that they're going to be bad, so we are in a bullish bias unless it's proven wrong. So that what that means is that I will take buys above their level here. So I will take buys fueled based on the data. That will still mean that I will take sells if we break below there. So far, as you can see, we have this retest. That might be some good things, but still, since we have the other data that is pushing so far into dollar weakness, I will not probably take it, and I will only take if we have clean sells below there. As you can see, that's why I don't take it, because if the volume is the fundamental bias is so one directional, there is no reason why I should take chances. So let's see, very strong bullish candle. Of course, we saw that the data is very bad. It's a confirmation. We might take high risk, high reward buys over there, or if we have a cleaner break and retest of this area as well. So let's see. So far, if we entered over there, let's see over here, if we enter at the key level, let's see what would be the results. I don't know if that would be a loss, probably yes. Might be, due to the stop loss being quite short, quite small, but we might even re-enter over here. So let's see where the price is moving. yeah, is actually simply rejecting it. So apart from that, we just took this loss, and yes, that's okay. Minus 15, it will go to 20 pips, yes, but then face the same results. So no buys above this level yet. Now let's see if we have a full correction or we bounce from this level. So far we closed below, we are probably retesting the level. No, and we are back into the range. Back into the range. Now let's see if we stay below. As you can see, that's the possible second entry. Maybe we entered over there. Yes, so that will be a minus 15. That will be plus 45. That's it. That's simply that the market chooses what it wants to do. Even the bias should be that strong. Yeah, doesn't really matter if the market is showing you that the order flow is on the opposite side. As you can see now, we are also seeing the perfect retest of these previous lows. Tack, tack, tack. Weakness shown. And that's why you could take your end of pullback setup for possible continuation sells. And that will be a plus 45 again. Then, yes, it will back up, and it doesn't really matter much. So this was the first day, a little bit of, lots of volatility and lots of trades. Let's move to the 6th. Okay, let's move to the 6th of April. I think there's another, it's a Thursday, so we have the jobless claims as every Thursday. Let's see what is the market telling us. We know that this week the market is very volatile, very dense of market structure, of fundamental events. So we might want to be very wary about this increasing volatility. We're now breaking below. If we retest it and go to the downside, no, that's 820. We have a news, which is the jobless claims. So of course we don't enter exactly on the dot. Let's see the jobless claims, how they were in terms of data. So we have quite bad jobless claims. Third week in a row where the previous one is revised. So that's a very bad data, which should, in theory, bring dollar strength to the table, dollar weakness to the table. But as you can see, the price action is not showing that. Let's see if price bounces. Okay, if it breaks below this level, then we might take the continuation sells as before. Okay, we're staying low, we're staying below. We might retest exactly this candle. Might be our entry. And let's see further confirmation. Yeah, I want you to go a little bit below. Yes, and that will be a win. So that will be a win, plus 45. This is one. This is when you have the fundamentals, but simply play with the structure, play with the market, flow with the market. Don't just try to force your opinion on them, and take advantage of the order flow direction. So let's move on. So now we got our TP, and we will want to see some continuation sells below there. So our TP would be it over there. So we might see breaking below, fail to break above, or further continuation down. We might take this sell, and we can see how strong the volume. Now we want to see this price staying below for our trade to be safe. We are like 35 pips in profit, but yet TP will be it around now. Very good. Then again, we will be waiting for a clean break below. So let me delete this, which is just a mess. Yeah, we are seeing price is lowering, making new lows. Okay, so let's see if we have a break and retest of these lows. Or failure to break above. Very nice. We're coming into New York Stock Exchange open. We still have these PSAs. We might only take buys above there or safely above there. Okay, failure to break, strong deep in increase in volume as per New York Stock Exchange opening. So no buy. Now, if we break and retest this area, I will still love to take sells, or safer will be below there. I don't know if I did it, this one. Okay. Break and retest. Yeah, and that will be, for example, your entry. As I just told you, the break and retest of this area, yeah, that will be an entry, just simply playing with the trend. Very good. And yes, now we might want to see a retest of this level. All the price is just continuing bearish. You have this retest over here for further continuation, or wait for some clear price action. Now we are creating a double top. We might want to take sells, or we might wait for price to break below this level. Okay, yeah, as you can see, price is breaking. We might take the retest over here. We might get stopped out, and it's fine. Okay, let's see if then the price action simply continues. Now we are failing to break, and we're coming into 10 a.m. We might want to, of course, to wait a little bit because we want to see there's too much bullish pressure over here. So we might want to see the trend resuming before coming back into the sells. So far we are seeing a strong bullish correction. So it's better to just sit aside on the sides a little bit, like this. Minus 15. Might want to take some bullish correction above there, but still I don't really like it because you can see the structure, how pullbacky it is compared to the strong bearish candles. So I don't know where it might happen, where it might stop the pullback. So I'm not really looking for strong buys. As you can see, it will stay above 20 pips. We don't know if then it will go further, but yeah, I don't really want to take a chance with that. I don't want you. Okay, there you go. And let's move on. Blackboard, come back. So coming into the 7th, the 10th. Oh, because it was a Friday. It was a Friday, right? No, I'm missing the 7th. Because it was Easter. 7th is Good Friday. So there was no volume and gold was closed. So we had NFP. And I could show you something on, just give me a second. I can show you something on Euro US dollar. Yes, because I remember that I saw the news and it was very bad. I mean, it was worse than expected, worse than prior. And even the previous one was revised on the downside. So it was very bad for the USD. So what I saw, I didn't take the trade, but I saw that pre-New York, we were into this order block. We had these lows over here. So we had the news, and that's exactly the retest of the news. So you will take this sell, and that will go for, over here will go for 30 pips. But just imagine on gold, that will be absolutely more than enough. So just for fun, I will just take this, and yeah, that will be a plus 45 because it's a break and retest at the end of the day. So okay, we don't need this, and we move on to the Monday the 10th of April. So Let me just do this. This will 7, because otherwise I will forget about it. And let's move on to Monday. So what we are seeing is the same situation that I just talked about it. So we have a strong PSA over here. We have some, of course, we will take buys above there, even though there's not enough screen. I need a bigger monitor for that, or maybe the price will not go there. But of course, we will take any sell that goes from over there to down there. So I will take these cells, and let's see what is the price action. Now we are coming in, this is way pre-New York, still pre-New York. So I will wait, of course, for some New York open. Might possible take the failure to break above for the continuation sells. But yeah, it will be sketchy right at New York open. So at this case, I would wait for cleaner break and retest these lows. Okay, so let's see the price action. As you can see, strong volume coming back into the chart. Let's see, that's a break. Do we get a full retest or we just continue down? Yeah, that sucks, but yeah, we might take the sells below these previous lows. We go 20 pips, and that will go, I'm almost sure that this will be a win. But we're going to see the confirm in a bit. So let's see now, we have this retest, this will be 25, 35. I don't know if that will be 45 pips, but hey, let's see what is actually going on later on. Yes, and then we come back up, we might have a correction. We might take advantage of this bullish correction up to the to the upside. Yeah, can break a retest, price is making new highs, still now is ranging. Any entry over there, for example, will still be live, and no, now it will be lost. So I will check about this one. Now let's see if we have a retest of this. Sorry about that. Yeah, now this one is ruined. So this one was 1991.5. 1987.5 is 40 pips. I think that, yeah, 87. Yes, that's a 45 pips on the dot. So that's a winning trade. And yeah, I would say I wanted to see a retest over here, which is not happening. And in this case, you might take end of pullback trades, and not really fancying it. I would prefer to take further sells below this level, maybe get a fake out over here, just for the sake of it. But yeah, maybe even take this sell. I'm really not sure what I will do in this case. I don't know if I will be able to enter over there with the price still failing to make new highs and new lows. Yeah, this might be, but yeah, I'm not really sure. So I'm just using taking one trade, and that's it. And let's move on with the blackboard. Please cover me, and let's move on to the next one. So the Tuesday, it's the 11th of April. We have absolutely nothing going on. We are coming into New York open over here, and we have these previous highs. We have these previous lows, nothing in between. So of course, tuck, as simple as that. Let's see what the price action is telling us. Okay, price is making new lows, retesting it, and then give you these beautiful entries. I'm not sure if that would be a win. Looks like a 30 pips, 25, 30, yeah, looks like a 30, 35 pips before pushing back up and then pushing back down, pushing back up. Let's see. We have if price is actually now making new highs above there. This will be intermediate. This will be the last lower high, even though this one is the actual last lower high. So we might have a bullish correction, but it's actually just going into the just mixing out. So let's see if we have a clear price action above this level and a bounce on the upside. Just nothing, absolutely nothing. So this one, the entry would be 1999.5. Does it go to 1995? No, it doesn't. So that would be a loss or break even. Okay, so yes, really not much to say about this day. After last week, we can see that a little bit of less volume, less volatility. And that's the 12th of April, and let's get into it. So already, that's crazy, because as you can see that it's starting already from 11th. So we have these PSAs so far. Let's see now if these areas are broken already pre-New York or only after New York open. So far, only New York after New York open. We are still making new lows. But yes, so I think we had a news over here. I think I'm not really sure what we had. What is that? It's a Wednesday. CPI news. Okay, so that's something that it was good to know. It's coming up decrease, strongly decrease. That means that it's expected, it can be expected a pause in the rates. So in the rate hikes. So of course we are strongly bullish. We have to be very, very fast. We don't have to wait for this level. We might have a reaction over here and then taking a buy over there. Because it's very fast. The CPI, it's crazy. As you can see, we are getting new lows, new high, and that's where you could possibly already have your entry over here, which will go to 40 pips. Okay. Now you might want to see this retest. You might want to take it. Let's see where it goes. Okay, it goes into a loss. Nice. You might still have this retest on these lows. If you want to gamble again, I don't know if that would be a win or not. Because yeah, let's see. Yeah, it would be a loss anyway, because the price action is staying below. You might want now to take the sells below these lows. Yes, staying below, dropping down, and then a continuation sells. So for example, these sells below the key level, that would be great. An entry over here or an entry over here. If you had an entry over there, I think that would be still be safe. 2016.8, 2000 and yeah, 0.8 would be that would be 20 pips. Yeah, 15 pips would be around above there. So that would be a loss. So let's say that you take one loss and one win, because you re-enter. So plus 45, plus 45, minus 15, minus 15, minus 15. Okay. And yes, so it looks like we have a part B for the last hour or so. So let's delete this one, bring back the blackboard, move on to the next one, part B. So we are breaking below this level. We are now breaking below, further retest, and continuation down. Now you can see, you start to see that there's a little bit of a mixed failure. Essentially there's a failure to resume the trend. We are now seeing strong bullish candles. Let's see if we have a further. Now we are staying above this level. Looks like we might have a correction on the bullish side. If we break above, that would be possible high risk, high reward buys. For example, like here, we are staying above. We might take buys, and that would be a win. So that take advantage of the profit taking of sellers. Yes, and then we have the correction. So they will go exactly 45 pips. I would say around 50, and then we're staying below. Let's see if we have the trend resuming on the bearish side. Yeah, we are just bouncing around. So, okay. So that was it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you for the rest of the sessions.